There he's going. We're back into the Bumblebee 318 now. I'm going to stick it in the black Valiant so we can get it one step closer to roadworthy registered. All right, here we go. Alrighty, so got a copper gauge line so I can get rid of this old lump of crud, and yeah, Scorcher distributors in it. It's Scorcher with a Bosch BIM module. That's the that's the one that came out of the blown up 360, and this is the air gap that came off of the blown up 360 as well. So blown up 360 has donated a couple of parts, valve covers as well. But yeah, I'm gonna fill her up with oil, prime the oiling system. Yeah, drop the distributor in, and then drop it in the candy green engine bay. So yeah, can't wait. So just got this just resting there. Now, distributor out. Oh, come on. And say ta-da to that one for a minute. Funnel in. And say hello to that stuff. Next thing is oil filter adapter. So in the Australian cars, you got a steering box right here. It's right there. So from the factory, these things had this cast iron plate. Instead of AN fittings, these, I don't know if you can see, that's just a ordinary AN fitting, but that's a weld around there. Someone's got a weld on bung and just welded it to the original banjo bolt. So, oh, not really a banjo bolt, it's just a through bolt. But anyway, these things from the factory had steel hard lines that went up here and mounted the filter there, which I think is ridiculous because it pours oil every time you change the oil. You get a massive oil stain and a mess, and terrible idea. But the early 273s, the 65 Valiant was actually the first Australian production car with a small block V8, or with any kind of V8. But they ran the lines up the side of the block and put the oil filter at the front. Reportedly, the fittings were a bit restrictive, and in the early days, they actually the engines blew up for lack of oil. But in the 70s, if you bought a V8 Chrysler in Australia, the oil filter was up next to the distributor at the back. But I'm gonna run just a piece of AN line, loop it around off of there, so I can prime this oil and see what sort of oil pressure it's gonna hold. Whoa! That's probably enough of that. hope you're catching that. My $20 drill has decided that was enough. But 60 pounds oil pressure. Well, that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I tried with another drill, the old $20 drill, given up. So tried with another drill and got 80 psi. So I'm happy with that. That's good. Wound the motor back and forth a little bit. You know, a little bit left, a little bit right, and roundy round. And yeah, 80 psi. So that's good. So it's a 67. Valiant's a 67. So I've got a timing pointer set up on the other side. That's sort of kind of 20 degrees before. So I'll drop the distributor in there where it is now. Yeah, get ready to get it in the car, get it ready to crank up. Knocked these front Welsh plugs out, and I went through it with extendy magnet. Hang on. Yeah, went all through it with an extendable magnet. Got a nice amount of rubbish out of the water jackets. But yeah, I suppose I'll knock those back in before I put them back in the car. So yeah, making some progress. Back together, ready to rock. A couple of Welsh plugs and that I've just thrown back in it. Engine bay, engine. Well, there she is, in there, nice and crooked, because I need to reorient the oil lines that you can't see. Yeah, oil lines are running into the steering box, so I've got to lift the motor back out, change some stuff, put it back in. Well, there she is. Bumblebee 318 in the candy green engine bay. So, as you can see, it's just resting on a bit of timber there on the drag link, and it's down on the mounts. It's down on the mounts in the front. So it's not quite, obviously not quite square in the engine bay. It's not quite level. Give it a bit of a shuffle and a bit of a squeeze, but the oil lines. You can hardly see, but the oil lines clear the steering box. Yeah, pretty happy. I think the green and yellow goes. I think the green and yellow goes pretty good together. This engine's only temporary anyway, but yeah, should be good. Can sort of put that one to rest. Engine stands free and available now, so that gives me more space to do other things, because I got that's a 440 under that mountain of stuff in the corner. I mean, that's 383 that I got the other day. Yeah, look, that's probably the next project, is to unbury the poor old 440. But happy with that. Pretty good, looking good as far as I can see. The candy green, I'm still stoked with the candy green. Yeah, still in love with the candy green. I'll put the video of me painting the engine bay in the description. Yeah, so there we are. Just a quick video to show you what I'm up to. The Bumblebee 318 is timed and primed and in the candy green engine bay. She's yeah, looking good as far as I can see. I reckon it looks good. Color wise, it's a nice match. But yeah, I'll get into a 440 next, and yeah, the saga of the rusty 440s will continue. So yeah, and then when the 360 comes back from the machine shop, the piggy bank horsepower will continue. So I'll see you again soon. There's plenty happening. I'll see you again soon.